Run 2 of Accurascale's award-winning Deltic Class 55 locomotives have arrived, but with so many new additions from Accurascale, do they still stand up to expectations? Let's find out. So the humble Deltic is back. Right, obviously on the layout I have D9000 and 9016 in the stunning Porterbrook purple livery on the layout. These were bought for me for Christmas, and I think they do suit the East Coast mainline themed layout, New Junction, very well. So a bit more about the Deltic. They were Accurascale's first powered model. Now this is long before I worked for them. And it went on to become an award-winning model, multiple award-winning model, 00 gauge model of the year, etc. For its time. And then this is now run 2 of that locomotive. So taking a closer look, we'll look into some of the things they've changed, some of the things they haven't, and we'll see, is it a fit for your layout? So here we are, the Deltics are back on the layout. Now, believe it or not, I actually missed out on the Porterbrook purple one in the first run, so I'm very chuffed to be able to get a second run model. I managed to get a full BR Blue version the first time round, but they sold through so quickly, and later I've learnt that the first run sold out pretty much straight away, as has the second run. So, apart from stocks you find in local shops, currently, they have all gone. So direct from Accurascale, they've completely sold out. So you will have to ring round your local model shops, and let's see why. As I mentioned, I have treated myself to D9000 and the Porterbrook purple 9016, which I think nicely demonstrate the variety in the Deltic tooling. Particularly around the lighting at the front. Now we'll go on to the lighting a bit further on in the video, but you can see on the D9000 on the right, you've got the standard lighting configuration, and then on the left, you've got the YPAC lighting. Now D9000 does also have the headlight modifications as well, so which is a nice touch. Again, more detail, which shows how tooling is always evolving with an Accurascale model. These two particular versions are the special edition versions, which you could buy only direct through Accurascale, and of course they come in the usual special edition boxes, which is rather nice if you like collecting things, which I think a lot of us do. I have decided that I've got a problem because I do really like buying things based on their box these days. I'm a child of the Apple era for sure. And of course in the box you've also got the instruction manual, which has been designed ground up, which is full of history and prototype information about the locos in question. You've also got the function list, which is very handy, particularly if you've gone for the DCC sound version, which is very nice to see, and of course it's very nice to operate as well. So these are extremely heavy beasties. They're well over 600 grams per loco, which for 00 gauge rolling stock is extremely heavy. This allows the loco to pull prototypical loads without any trouble at all with traction. And of course it stops model wobble, which you don't realise is a thing until you start owning heavy locomotives. It really suddenly becomes obvious when you run something much lighter alongside a Deltic. So just to put it into perspective, I would expect a mainline steam engine from another brand to probably weigh about 250 grams. So this locomotive weighing close to 700 grams, all in all, is quite impressive. A lot of that will be down to the technology packed into the thing. These come as standard with 2 speakers, Stay Alive, and of course the removable access hood on top. You've got full function lighting with forward and rear lighting. You've got cab lighting, you've got speed dial lighting, and you've even got engine room lighting. So one thing I do like about Accurascale, which I can say now I'm on the other side of the velvet rope, as it were, is the constant flexibility and ability to adjust what's gone before. So they always listen to customer feedback, and without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest niggle of the Run 1 Deltics were the chains, the handbrake chains, which were attached to the bogie to the body. Now, it was looked at whether you can attach the chain from the bogie to the chassis underneath, like the Class 37, but unfortunately that was just a step too far and would make the chains inaccurate, which is not what Accurascale is about. They went back to the drawing board and redesigned the chains, so the chains themselves are now not attached in the factory, they're in the accessory bag with the nameplates, etc. And they've had the ends adjusted, so you've now got a hook on one side and a pin on the other, which are much bigger and much more suitable to be fitted with tweezers. Easy peasy. Right, don't adjust your sets, you're not seeing double, we actually have 2. The Deltic on the right here is the production sample that I received through work, which has its full buffer beam detail fitted. The one on the left is my own, I paid my good honest money for, and as you can see, the buffer beam detail really makes a massive difference. Now, long before it was my job to fit the details to locos and take pretty pictures of them, I would always leave them pretty much like this in the box, happy knowing that I've got the buffer beam detail in the bag. But as you can see, it really improves the model. And of course, the way you do it is you can unscrew the buffer beam from underneath, it'll drop out, and then you've got a plaque which you can fit the pipework to before screwing it back in, so you're not having to manhandle a loco too much. And of course, as I mentioned before, you've got the 3D printed driver packs, which you can buy direct from Accurascale or from your local shop. And these are produced by Model U, the 3D printing people, and they will be made to measure to fit into the cab seats and really bring your cab to life. So in true old-fashioned Blue Peter spirit, I'm going to try and show you this in one foul swoop. So just behind the bogies on each point there's a clip, and you want to put your fingernails underneath the body, just pinch it out, give it a little shake, and do the same to the other side. Watching out because the heavy chassis will drop away, and then carefully prising it up, remembering there are lots of high fidelity details stuck to both the chassis itself and the body, so you're being very careful. And there we go, as simple as that. Hope if I put it back on the track, that now reveals the body of the Deltic, ready for a crew. Another bit of feedback that Accurascale took on board since the first run was the giant Accurathrash speaker. Because it's so loud and encased just underneath the roof next to it, they have actually milled the space, redesigned the space and milled it down so it sits ever so slightly lower, so there's no hope of any vibration onto the body. Nice little touch. Now you can use glue, however I put a tiny blob of blue tack on the base of the drivers, as you can see there. There he is. And of course it'll just slot straight into the seat. And if you're nice and gentle, he'll stay there, ready to drive your Deltic. I'll do exactly the same with the second man, who's got his nice cup of tea. He goes into the second man seat. Push him in, and there we go. So on the subject of lighting, you will see that this version of the Deltic with the outside marker lights, which would normally be red lensed lighting, you'll notice when they run in forward position, the outer LEDs here are actually white. There are red LEDs on the inside, they work perfectly fine, but the white LEDs here, which are designed for the YPAC lighting clusters, come on and they can't be turned off through CVs. There is a fix. If you want an official fix, you get in touch with Accurascale support. However, there is a quick fix if you just want to sort it today and then not have to worry, and that is to cover the outside LED with a bit of blue tack or a bit of black paint on both sides, and away you go. You'll notice that out of the box the lighting comes set to full, or as that old advert, the power of 1,000,000 candles for a torch. This can be easily changed with CV settings, which I'll pop on screen now. Feel free to pause the video here and adjust your own. This is handy to do right at the beginning when you're changing the number of the loco from factory standard address of 3 to whichever. Now this one in particular is 9016 on my system, but I also changed the CVs for the lighting to the recommended value of 10, and I'll also change these CVs, which will add in drive hold function, which means I can disengage control of the acceleration, but I then control the sound of the loco. So there we are, these beasties, apart from buffer beam detail, are ready to run around the layout, as you've probably been seeing. So, time to start them up in all their sound glory and get them to work. And of course, the all-important information, price and availability. So they are priced at $169.99 for DCC ready and $259.99 for DCC sound fitted, which I believe for what you're getting, the technology under the hood, as it were, is quite good value in the current market. Of course, things may change in time. Availability-wise, of course, you can get them direct from Accurascale, although I believe at the time of filming, these have sold out fully directly with the manufacturer, but local model railway shops will have some stocks left. So if you want one, do be quick. Hopefully you'll agree that the Deltic is proving to be a monumental loco and well worth owning if you manage to get your hands on one, and of course if it suits your layout. Right, I'm going to speed these up and put them back up to proper running speed rather than have them slowly coast around the layout while I've got my microphone on. But thank you as ever for watching. Do take care, and hopefully I'll see you very soon in the next one. But as always, be sure to let me know down in the comments if you like this kind of video. I'll see about doing some more. Right, thank you for watching. Take care. See you very soon.